you're watching this, it's not too late.
My success, none of my success has ever come from me always working, always being busy.
I'm just in the studio trying to hit you with some heat. Yeah, I be stylish sorceress. Hell yeah, I'm into alchemy. And I be a walking mood boy. Tell you what it's hitting for. Just look at my wardrobe. All these stories I done told. Yeah, let it unfold. Sometimes they call me little cold, but I just be in my bag.
Welcome back to Wolf TV. If you're not new here, and if you are new here, welcome. The reason why I wanted to make this video was because I feel like it's really important that I start this year on the most authentic and the most powerful note that I can. So me doing that means me making this video right here. This is a declaration of my newfound life, my newfound journey, and I'm not turning back. I'm meant to be a full-time artist. I don't have any niche that I can really go into that I would be satisfied that I could sit still with for several years. Everything that I think about doing and that I've thought about doing in the past, I have always enjoyed it for the period of time that I needed to, till it wasn't challenging me anymore, until I didn't get a thrill out of doing it anymore, until I didn't feel passionate anymore. And anytime I lose my passion, I lose my purpose. And so I've found myself rewriting my journey multiple times because I was always looking for my passion, and I've realized that my only passion is just creating. It doesn't matter what form I'm doing that in. I just love creating. It was something that I was born to naturally do. That's why I've been doing it for so long. Just a moment, because I swear my camera is crooked and this is gonna bother me. Here we go. See, I knew something looked off. Let me just go ahead and get to the facts of what I want to get to. I wanted to talk about my life now and how things are. You know, I feel like there are a lot of questions that people have been wanting to ask me for a while now. They don't know how to ask me, so I feel like I want to address that in this video. I know how to use my wisdom and discernment and keep whatever I need to keep to myself. Everything isn't for everybody. A lot of people, they always seem to be confused what I'm doing, and I'm like, well, I have a link in my bio for a reason. It's not my fault that people just like to watch what I post and not communicate with me. That's really not my fault.
Oh, hell no!
I feel like a lot of people are intimidated by me, and I really don't know why, because I'm one of the most understanding people, if not the most understanding person on the planet. You know, I understand people in a way where, you know, only an empath could. You know, being highly intuitive is something this is not like some, you know, accessory for me or something like that. Being psychic is not an accessory. It's not something that I like to dazzle in front of people, in people's faces, because I believe that the abilities that I have were instilled within me in order to help other people. These things are being highlighted within me, at the very least, I know, in order to help other people. You know, I've already helped so many people within my life that I didn't even realize. Some, and others, that was the intention to help them, right? But the fact that I know that I've affected so many people, it lets me know that this gift these gifts, everything that I see around me, actually, my paintings, my creative thought process when I'm putting something together for the magazine, like putting an entire magazine together in general. That's making clothing, you know, and the types of clothing that I make and the way that I can make things just with my mind and nothing else, you know. My imagination is so, it's so wild and vivid, and these things are not, you know, things that I can take lightly anymore. And I feel like the way that I was moving before, in a way I was taking them lightly, in a way I was treating them like they were just little extra things, you know, that came, you know, with the person that I am, a few little bells and whistles, you know. But truly, these, I value these things, and I've always valued them. I think I've just realized that I value them even more because of what happened last year. 2020 really, it helped to put so many things into perspective. Everything that I do is infused with sacred art and sacred alchemy. And I think because of that, because I'm now realizing that, 2020 really like highlighted that for me. I don't want to play about this anymore. I want to treat this as something that really means something to me. And that's how other people are gonna know to treat it as such too, right? So 2020 caused me to take a pause. And now that House of Wolf is officially incorporated, I feel like it made me put more into perspective in terms of who I am, what I'm doing here, why I'm doing it. And I realized that it wasn't that I was biting off more than I can chew. It was just that I wanted to do too many things for too many people. I was still trying to figure out a way where I could pretty much help as many people as I could. But I realized that the way that I was going about that was, it was making me spread myself in so many different places to where I started to feel overwhelmed, like, oh my gosh, I'm doing too much. When the whole time I wasn't doing too much, because I was doing the things that I loved, right? I was doing the things that came naturally to me. Like when I'm creating, it's a very intuitive process. And so these things are not things that I really have to think about too much. Even creating the mag, like I sit down and I created that mag, you know, over a few days time span when I first put it out. My very first issue, I created that within 3 days, and I did it with only my resources, and that let me know that, you know, this is easy, this is simple. What it is though is I need to make sure the way that I'm doing things and who I'm doing them with, how I'm doing them, that those things are conducive to really fulfilling my purpose in the way that makes my life easier, not, you know, more complicated, more things to do, more time to spend working and less time to spend enjoying, adventuring, you know. I think that my life, personally, for me, my life is meant to be enjoyed, and I really believe that everyone is supposed to do that, but I understand why everyone doesn't have that same philosophy. When you do find your purpose, when you know exactly what it is that you're meant to do, and you'll know, because you won't get tired of it, not in a way where you quit it and you never look at it again. You know what I mean? Like, there's times where you can get burnt out from your passion and your purpose. Absolutely. There's times when you can get burnt out, but it doesn't, like, and there's even times where you can feel like you want to quit. But even in those moments, you're not quitting permanently. You know nothing is permanent. And so I say that, darn, okay, I guess I don't need my phone anyway. I say that because I've experienced that, you know, over the last 3 years creating House of Wolf. There's been moments where I'm just like, maybe I'm doing the wrong thing. Maybe I'm not supposed to do it this way. Maybe I'm in the entire wrong thought process, you know. So there's been times where I've questioned, I've doubted the things that I've done, and I think that that's because I wasn't getting validation from the people that were closest to me. Of course, it felt like I was doing the wrong thing, but then I realized that I just had the wrong people close to me. You know, that's really no shade or anything. It's just what it is. It's like when you don't have the right energies around you, then you're not gonna go to the level that you want to go to until you find the right ingredients. You need the right ingredients. The right ingredients includes friend group, and it includes environment. It even includes the people that you call family. And you know, every aspect of your life, when you wake up in the morning and your morning routine, how you take a shower, when you take a shower, if you take a shower, all of those things are aspects of you, right? And they're all part of the recipe. Whatever you are trying to create is not going to come out the way you want it to until you add the right ingredients, just like with cookies. Okay, here I am, I've added the right ingredients. I have some of the most inspired days. Like, I can't even explain to you how my passion runs so deeply, my energy runs so deeply. I feel like I'm always alive and ready to create. And again, it doesn't matter if it's creating a painting or creating a whole collection of clothing. I always feel so amped up and ready, you know. I'm always flooded with all these ideas. Trust me, like my notes in my phone is filled with you know, ideas, things that I've written down, things that I woke up out of my sleep to write down because I saw it in a dream or whatever. And that's why, you know, this aspect of my life with me being highly intuitive, that's why it plays such a big role, because I don't know how to separate it from the things that I create. And I wouldn't know how to separate it from my life or from my work when if I had to work a regular job. People think that I'm joking or exaggerating when I say I literally can't work a regular job. I can't. I've had several jobs. Very successful at those jobs, very successful at anything I've ever done. The issue is I wasn't happy. You know, I have done so many things. I've immersed myself in so many things, and I wasn't happy. When I was working in real estate, I really was happy. I was enjoying my life. It felt good. But the thing is, I realized that I was still working too hard. I didn't want to work that hard. I didn't want to have to be available 24/7 for my clients. When you're working in real estate, if you really want to be successful, if you really want to be top in your industry, you have to be available whenever. You have to be willing to do whatever you need to do, whatever it takes in that first year of real estate. Now, whatever happens, you know, after your first year, like, that's on you. But I just feel like even after, you know, I finished my first year in real estate, I still wanted to do so much. I still wanted to work so hard, because when I'm doing anything, doesn't matter if it's real estate or if it's managing a retail store, which I've done way too many times. I put my all into that. Whatever I do, you know, it doesn't matter what role I have taken on in that particular moment of my life, I will put my all into that. Obviously, I am a person that genuinely loves to do what I do. So why would people want to mute that by putting me in environments where I can't fully be myself? You can't box me in. And when you do box me in, it has had tremendous effects on my mental health, on my well-being, physically, spiritually. And so that's why I personally can't work a regular job. I don't, like, a lot of people, they probably think or would assume that I would say that it's because of my epilepsy, but I don't believe that it is. There are certain things that I know that I won't do because of my epilepsy, absolutely, but this feeling that I feel this void that I feel when I'm doing something that maybe it's fun, maybe I like to do it, maybe it's challenging, yeah, but there's some limitation. There's a clause within that thing that I'm doing that is preventing me from fully being my whole self. And when I feel like I'm being restricted, I become depressed. I don't want to become depressed. I don't want to be, doing something where I'm depressed. And it doesn't matter how much I meditate. It doesn't matter how much I'm grateful. It doesn't matter how many good things come my way. I do not see myself being able to mentally maintain myself by sitting in a call center for 9 hours. And honestly, they're not able to give me enough money. The gamble is when you're not making money from a regular job, you're in charge of your income. You are in charge of how you make money when you make money. It is due to who you are aligned with and what type of business you got that month and whatever else. But a lot of times it's all about effort. It's all about, did you wake up at 6 a.m. or did you wake up at noon? Did you put the effort in to start writing some words towards that book you say you want to create, or did you just do nothing and just lay in bed and sleep all day? There's so many aspects to my success. No matter what I've done, there is this element of I'm gonna do whatever it takes. I will be up at 4 a.m. If that means that I can finish this collection that I'm working on, because the fashion show is in a day. Anybody that's ever modeled for me, they already know how I am when it comes to creating fashion shows. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad with that. I can't say I am, but I used to be. It's been a few years now, probably 4 actually, since I've done a fashion show, since I've created a collection. So it's like getting back into the industry. I don't even know what it's gonna look like for me, now that my life is so grounded, because before my life did not revolve around my wellness. Now my life revolves around my wellness first, and then everything else is secondary. When I'm creating art, it's because I'm okay. You understand what I'm saying? And there are times where I need to create because I'm not okay, because I don't feel good, because I'm, some emotions are starting to come up or whatever else, and I need to process them. But even within that, I don't just have things sitting here on my brain unprocessed. I'm not, laying in bed tossing and turning or wide awake thinking about something. I don't feel insecure. I don't feel lost. I don't feel confused. I don't feel alienated. I don't feel any of the ways that I used to feel that kept me in the prison that I was in before. Life out of the mental prison is, it's a whole nother life, literally. So this life consists of me writing all the time. I'm painting. I am actually really interested in taking up a fine arts course or whatever. I don't know if I'm gonna dive in deep and try to get a degree or something like that in it, but I definitely want to study more about the fine arts. Also performing arts. There's gonna be some things that I do this year that are probably gonna surprise people, but I'm not surprised. I've always known who I am, even when I wasn't being that. There are certain things about me that I felt compelled to be or do or express, and I kept those things hidden for so long because I was insecure, because I was afraid that people were going to hate it, But now I'm not afraid at all, because I'm not creating this so that everyone can say X, Y, and Z. I'm not creating this for approval, for acceptance. I am creating this because this is what I want to do. And I know that when I do what I feel from the heart, somebody is reached. I do reach a person. 1 million inspired moments means for the rest of my life, I'm going to be doing things that I know will inspire other people, which is creating, being me, setting up on a stage and reciting a poem that I wrote, or getting up on a stage and freestyling, dancing with some friends, cooking, you know, all of that. The Circle Mag, everything that you know about me, and new things that you don't know about me yet, but that you will know. If you don't know, now you know.
Ask me if I do this every day. I said often. That's how many times she wrote the way.
Every morning is an intention, right? Every morning is, I'm waking up with this purpose, and the purpose is, if I get up and I think about somebody else that I can reach, somebody else that I can impact before I think about myself, then I'm starting the day with a purpose bigger than myself, and that motivates me. Now, when I first wake up, I like to really just lay there, think about my dreams, first of all, because I already know that I dreamt something, and I know it was probably very adventurous and exciting. So I, like to remember my dreams, write them down, all that good stuff, and just really talk to my spirit squad, my spirit guides, angels, and ancestors. They're always just like chilling around me. I know that's like an interesting thing for people to hear because they don't hear that every day, but that's what it is, and I really don't have like time to explain it. Just put it like this: like, I am very connected, and I've always been. It just wasn't okay for me to say that back then as a little girl, and now it's okay because nobody can tell me to shut up. Meditating is like a big source of my morning routine. So when I finally do get up out of the bed, I've already kind of been in a meditative state. Then I do my yoga. After I yoga, I journal, and then I do my cardio. And my cardio is important because my cardio helps me do things that I really want to do, like sweat and get ripped, right? So I don't know. I know that physical fitness, physical activity, just staying in shape, sweating. I love sweating. No, really, I love sweating.
I can see you there, but I know you're still on the couch with your fat ass, not doing nothing. What you doing? Eating? Mm-hmm. Get your ass in the gym. Maybe you could get some muscles. Muscles.
Yes, girl. Yes. Burn them calories. I know that's right. I do intermittent fasting. I'm an intermittent faster, so I only eat one meal a day, like one full meal, and then throughout the day, if I have like a craving for something, I'll probably have some fruit or some vegetables, something like that. Intermittent fasting is actually something that I've been doing for several years now because my health was really one of those big things that I had to focus on for the last 5 years now. I had to become more conscious of the things that I eat, more conscious of the way that I eat, and when I eat. And so intermittent fasting is kind of just like another form of discipline for me too, where it's ensuring that I'm eating according to what my body actually needs and not what I'm craving, you know what I mean? When you begin to intermittent fast, it kind of sets your body on this schedule, on this system where you won't really have a lot of the cravings and things that you typically do when you're eating 3 meals a day. No matter what size you are, it's up to you to treat your body with pride, with love, with care. Treat it like you respect it. Treat it like you want it to grow. You treat your body kind, your body will treat you kind, and you will see it in the things that you're able to do. I can literally sit on my head now, and just maybe even like 6 months ago, I could barely get my balance to get my feet off the floor. So now, it's these milestones that I'm reaching that are making me realize that this is it. This is how it's supposed to go. I'm doing it the right way and keep doing that. My day doesn't start until I choose to have my day start, just because I feel like there's this obsession with like being in motion, always doing something so you can be successful. But like none of my success has ever come from me always working, always being busy. And that's why I've been trying to slow down more and do less, you know, because then it affords me the opportunity to really think about what I actually want to do in that moment, you know, rather than having to do something. So if I have the freedom to choose, the freedom to decide, oh, today I want to do, you know, some thrifting, or today I want to go for a hike, I can do that. And I like having that freedom, because my life and the way that I create is, it's all inspired by me living, you know, and by me living fully, in fullness. And that's why I also know that I can't have a typical job, because I can't be in one place for too long. I'm not supposed to. I have this deep sense of wanderlust that is always looking for something more, that is always like deeply desiring to engage with other people, especially people of my caliber, people who have the same gifts and abilities that I do, or people that just have the same mindset as me, you know. Oh, I think that's it. With all of that being said, you're gonna be seeing more of me here on this channel, on other channels. I plan to be dropping some musical pieces here, and some poetry here, and some paintings here, and whatever else, you know. I have a collection that's dropping, which I'm really excited about. It's called The Chosen Ones, and that's all I can say for now. You'll see it when you look at it. Other than that, I guess that's it, you know. If you are really looking to get into being an entrepreneur, the first thing I would say is look at your life. Really take an inventory of your life and determine whether or not dedicating yourself to this life where you have to be disciplined, because that's how you're going to make your money. Are you going to be willing to be disciplined? Are you going to be able to be disciplined enough to do this on a 365 basis? Because this ain't for everybody. I'm telling you. Everyone thinks that being an entrepreneur is so glamorous and it's so like fulfilling, but it requires work, you know, even when you're not working. And that work a lot of times is self-work. And so with that being said, you know, if you have questions, please do ask me. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you so much, honestly. I feel like I've been like clocking myself with this amethyst since I've been making this video. I'm not nervous, but I'm just kind of like getting used to being on camera. Ooh, like this, just sitting here, feeling kind of awkward, because I'm just looking at myself. Anyway, I look forward to connecting with you guys very, very soon. Just be flowing with the flow. I'm always in my zone. Don't never be at home. Home is where my heart is, so I'm on my way to Rome. Hopelessly romantic, put my feelings in some poems. Pink Cadillac, so I could flex and roam. Always on a flight, destination unknown. Writing in my pink Cadillac, and I got my boo. Don't ask us no questions, cause we ain't no motherfucking guru. You wanna say what? Say what? I can't hear you, listen up. I'm on the good vibes. I'm on the good vibes. Hit me up if you down to ride.